Hey everyone, RogueGold here, welcome back to The Division 2. As I'm sure you know by now, the Battle for Brooklyn DLC and the beginning of Year 7 for The Division 2 starts at the end of this month on May 27th. What you might not have realized, however, is that is actually not the only major game update releasing for The Division 2 this month. We are getting a sizable content drop tomorrow on Tuesday, May 6th. That includes the new climax mission for the ending of this season, the master difficulty variant of that, a new exotic reward to go after, and the latest title update for the game with fixes, as well as a new season pass feature and rewards to chase that we've never seen before. So, there's a lot, and in this video I want to recap it all for you so that you know exactly what to expect heading into this week. We'll get straight to it. If you don't want to miss out on the coverage for any of this stuff that we've got coming our way, then be sure to click that subscribe button if you've not already. We'd love to have you around, and it's going to be a busy week indeed. But without further ado, let's go. Alright, well let's begin with the main new content that we're going to be able to sink our teeth into. This season of the game, Year 6 Season 3 Burden of Truth, concludes with tomorrow's drop. The final scout is going to be releasing, and just as a note, you are going to need to have completed all 11 scouts for the season in order to access this new finale content. As always, once you complete the final scout, that then unlocks the climax mission. Now, per usual, we have no info on where this mission is going to be, what enemies we might face there, what the overall challenge is going to be. What we do know is that we are getting a new master difficulty variant of this mission, which, if you played last season's master mission, it basically makes the content much more akin to legendary or an incursion, with mechanics, bosses, and more. To access that, of course, first you need to complete the final scout. Then you'll have to first complete the climax mission on one of the standard difficulties, normal through heroic. After doing so, that is then when the master version will become available. Just like last season, there is going to be an exclusive new exotic reward for tackling this mission, but we'll talk about that more in the next section. What I wanted to do was offer some final story predictions and tidbits that we've learned. This season revolves around finding Kelso, right? The last time we really saw her was in New York City. When we learned that Aaron Keener was alive, she then turned rogue, jumped into the van with Keener and Theo, and drove on back to DC. We haven't seen her since then. She has been leaving us several clues throughout the season. The overall marketing of the season hints that some big revelations will come to light once we find her. And remember, this is not only the finale for the season, but it is also the finale for Year 6. If you'll remember back, Year 4's finale saw the Sparkles fight and the attack on the White House with the Razorback. In Year 5's finale, we fought a hunter, and that is when we discovered that Keener was still alive. So they typically go all out for these finales. What's going to happen here? I'm certainly very interested to find out. We did actually get one spoiler on the recent Year 7 Season 1 PTS. Now, I'm only going to cover that because it is something that we have talked about in prior videos, and the game spoiled it itself by having it available on the PTS. But if you want to head into this finale with zero spoilers, then skip to this timestamp that you're seeing on screen. Alright, so you may remember that at the end of last season, this message appeared on Manny's door in the base of operations, and it confirmed that despite us not seeing him in a cutscene, that Theo Parnell was being questioned after the events at the Space Administration. Well, in the Year 7 Season 1 PTS that ran recently, it was discovered that that message has been replaced by this one. You see it right there, Schaefer is back, baby. Again, this was hinted at pretty strongly throughout the season, but I cannot wait to see him finally awaken. It's been literal years in our real world, and so yeah, whether it's that thread or anything else that might be planned, we have less than 24 hours to go until we see it all unfold. Alright, let's then discuss the new exotic that we're going to be getting. Just like last season, this item will be exclusive to the new climax mission. Playing the mission on the standard normal through heroic difficulties has a chance to award it to you every time you complete it. Those chances increase the higher in difficulty you play on. However, if you choose to tackle the challenge of master difficulty, your first completion of it guarantees you a copy of the exotic. After that first clear, it then joins the rest of the difficulties in chance-based drops, albeit with a higher drop chance than heroic. So the new exotic this time around is called Birdie's Quick Fix Pack. It's an exotic backpack, and the talent that it comes with is called Combat Medic. It's got a few components. Firstly, you get an inherent plus 50% revive speed and minus 50% weakened debuff time stat boosts. Beyond that though, it then provides 50% damage resistance to both agents while reviving or being revived, and 4 or 5 seconds after a successful revive. Successful revives will also provide +1 skill tier for 30 seconds, and if you revive at skill tier 6, you get overcharged for 15 seconds. They have made a note, however, and this came in the patch notes for the season back in February, and it says an improvement to functionality is under investigation to improve its effectiveness with the Revive Hive. And I believe the devs did fully confirm that there will indeed be functionality with the Revive Hive for this item upon its release. So there you go. This one is definitely a bit more niche. I'm sure it won't appeal to absolutely everybody. I do foresee some people coming up with clever usage for this in content like Legendary or Master, where this will be doled out. I myself am thinking of cooking up something with it for the Dark Zone. I'll report back if that yields anything good once I've got my hands on this. But yeah, if you want this new exotic, then be ready to tackle the new Climax mission to try and get it. Alright, that's not all though. Covered back on Friday. I'll put a link down in the description and in the upper corner if you want to check it out. We covered the patch notes for Year 6 Season 3.3. That title update also drops tomorrow, Tuesday, May 6th. Now, it does bring your standard fixes, like this time around for the conflict kill scoring issue, also hopefully a solution for the input overlap that's been happening on controllers for active modifiers. However, this update is also introducing a brand new feature called stretch goals. This is going to last until the end of the season, which again is in 3 weeks on May 27th. And what it's doing is giving the season pass for this season 10 new tiers. These tiers can be farmed repeatedly, so of course you start out at 101, you go to 110, and it would then reset for looping rewards. And while you can grind out those caches as many times as you like, there's also going to be a set of one-time rewards, and these seem pretty sweet. Firstly, there is a full outfit that these tiers are going to be awarding. There are 5 different arm patches that are all Brooklyn themed in order to prepare us for our activation there, but then we're also getting our first ever exotic weapon skin. This is going to allow us to change the appearance of exotic items, something we've never been able to do before, and this first one is coming for the Scorpio exotic shotgun. So alongside all of the actual new stuff for us to dive into, we'll then have this grind on the side to satiate us for the next few weeks. And that should be pretty fun. So, there you have it, my friends. That is a recap of everything that is coming to the Division 2 tomorrow, Tuesday, May 6th. We got a new mission, a new exotic, and a title update with new features and rewards. It should be a decent amount of stuff to tide us over until Brooklyn's arrival, which is of course what we've all been waiting for so long now. So, I hope that this video helped consolidate and prepare you for everything that's on the way. After hearing through what's coming, I would love to know what you're most looking forward to. And, as always, if you have any further questions about what we went over, I will do my very best to clear that up. But that is just about everything I have for you today, folks. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. RogueGold. Ow.